Hello everyone, these are the materials we're going to be using to make the crochet mesh bag. To start, make a slip knot and then chain 9. Once you have those 9 chains, skip the first 2 chains and into the third one, and onward make 1 double crochet for a total of 7. For the next row, chain 4, and this is a double crochet and a chain 1. Turn your work, and what we're going to be doing is skip that first stitch as well as the second one, and into the third make a double crochet. Chain 1 after making that double crochet, and this is what we're going to be repeating. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next, and chain 1 after. On to the next row, we're gonna go ahead and start by making a chain 3, and this is a double crochet. Turn your work, and we're going to be skipping that first stitch. Into that chain 1 space, make a double crochet, and go ahead and just make a double crochet into each double crochet and a chain 1 into the chain 1 space. Do this also at the end where there's a chain 4, as it's a double crochet and a chain 1. We're going to be switching in between these 2 rows, so go ahead and chain 4, and this is counted as a double crochet and a chain 1. Mark the third chain. Turn your work and skip those first 2 stitches, and into the third make a double crochet and chain 1 after, and just repeat this until the end. To start the next row, chain 3, mark that third chain, and then go ahead and turn your work. Remember that we're going to be skipping that first stitch. Into the chain 1 space, make a double crochet, and repeat this across. Into the double crochet stitch, make a double crochet, and into the chain 1 space, make a double crochet as well. And once you're at the chain 4, do the same. Keep switching between making a mesh row and a row of full double crochet until you get the desired length that you'd like for your bag base. Now we're going to be working on the body of the bag. To start, make a chain of 7. Next, we're going to be slip stitching in between the space where those 2 double crochets are. Keep repeating the pattern of chaining 7 and then slip stitching into that space. After making those meshes along the side, we're going to be working as the slip stitch into the second double crochet there. So go ahead and chain 7 and slip stitch into the second double crochet. Next, we're going to be skipping those 3 double crochets, and into the 4th one, which is the second to last, we're going to be slip stitching there. So chain 7 and then slip stitch into the second to last double crochet. Now we're going to be working the meshes again along the sides, so go ahead and chain 7 and slip stitch into the space. Once you have completed working along the side, go ahead and chain 7. Now we're going to be skipping that chain 3 and slip stitch into that double crochet. Chain 7. And then we're going to be slip stitching into the 3rd double crochet. Now we're going to be making our second round, so go ahead and chain 7. This time we're going to be working our slip stitch into the 4th chain out of the chain of 7. After working that slip stitch, mark that first mesh for the second round. Continue to chain 7 and then slip stitch into the 4th chain from the previous round. After making your last mesh, remember to insert back your stitch marker. Also, use two different colors so you can know when you're at the beginning versus when you're at the end. This is how it looks so far, and all we're going to be doing to build the body up is chain 7 and slip stitch into that 4th chain. This is where I'm going to be stopping, and the body measures approximately 7 inches. This next round is going to be a decrease round, so go ahead and chain 5 and then slip stitch into the 4th chain from the previous round. So keep doing this all around, chain 5 and into the 4th stitch, slip stitch, For this next round, instead of chaining 5, we're going to be chaining 3 and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the previous round. And this is what we're going to be repeating all around. Now we're at the last mesh round. Go ahead and chain 3 and slip stitch into the 2nd chain from the previous round. Keep repeating this pattern all around. Alright, so this is what we have so far, and next we're going to be working on the border. Into the first mesh space, we're going to be placing 3 single crochet, and remember to mark that first stitch. And basically what we're going to be doing is into each mesh, just place 3 single crochet into each of them all around. We're going to be making a total of 3 rounds of single crochet. So this is our first round, and then after this we're going to be working 2 more. After completing making the border, we're going to be working on the strap. At this point, we're going to do some eyeballing. So for the strap, it's going to be worked over 5 stitches. So mark where you want the strap to go. Counting from where the stitch marker is, I'm going to be marking the 5th stitch. After doing this, I'm going to check to ensure that I have 5 stitches on both sides marked. Now we're going to be working on the next side, but before we do so, I'm going to check to see how many stitches are in that corner area, and it's 3. So at the side of the bag, try to identify what seems to be the middle stitch, and then from there we're going to be skipping 1 stitch away from the middle stitch and into the following, place a stitch marker there. Put it through both sides. Starting from where we just placed that stitch marker, count out 5 stitches and then mark the 5th one. Try to insert the stitch marker through on the other side of the bag. Ensure that from one stitch marker to the next, it's a total of 5 stitches. At this point, I'm counting incorrectly, but it's going to be corrected shortly. Now I'm going to be separating the stitches on both sides. Once I'm through with separating the stitches, I'm going to be checking to ensure that 5 stitches were marked on both sides. After confirming that, check to see if you have 3 stitches in between where the straps are going to be. So I'm going to correct this side where I have 4 instead of 5. Now to make the strap, we're going to insert backward hook into the yarn and go ahead and make 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. This isn't going to be counted as our first row. To start the first row, chain 1, then turn your work, and into those 5 stitches, make 1 single crochet. After completing your first row, go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and make those 5 single crochets across. This is what we're going to be repeating until we get the desired length for the back strap. Once you get your strap length, go ahead and chain 1 and cut the yarn. I made a total of 95 rows. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Now we're going to be working on the second strap, but ensure that it's not on the same side as the one you just made before. However you know best, join the yarn onto the border of the bag. Once you have the yarn attached to the bag, this is going to be our first row. Go ahead and just repeat the process of making those 5 single crochet across, chaining 1, turning your work, and do this until you get your desired bag strap length. It should be the same amount of rows that you made on the other side, so I'm going to be making 95 rows again. Once you're at the last row, chain 1, cut your yarn leaving a decent yarn tail as we're going to be sewing the strap down. Go ahead and thread your yarn. We're going to be securing the strap down, so ensure it's not twisted. Also, ensure that you sew the strap down on the correct side, so pay attention to that. Get both parts into alignment, and however you know best, secure those stitches down together. finalize making the bag by securing the other strap, and then the yarn tail that you have, just sew those in. Here we have the final result for the crochet mesh bag. I hope this tutorial was helpful and thank you for watching.